Arham was an ordinary boy with extraordinary dreams. Every morning, he woke up with the desire to transform his life, yet every night, he slept with regret, knowing he had wasted another day. His room was filled with books he planned to read, a workout mat he bought with excitement, and motivational quotes taped on every wall. But none of it mattered because Arham was fighting a battle no one else could see, a battle inside his own mind. He knew what he needed to do: study, train, improve, work hard, stay focused. But his mind whispered excuses: do it later. You're tired. One more hour. One more break, and Arham obeyed. He didn't realize it, but his mind had mastered him instead of the other way around. One evening, after another unproductive day, Arham felt something break inside him. His father, an honest taxi driver who worked 14 hours a day, came home exhausted, yet smiling. He placed his worn-out cap on the table and said, "Arham, life doesn't get easier. You get stronger. But only if you learn to control what goes on in here." He tapped his head gently. Those words struck Arham deeper than anything he had ever heard. He looked at his father, tired, struggling, yet disciplined. And then he looked at himself, full of comfort, full of potential, yet full of excuses. That night, Arham stood in front of the mirror. He whispered to his reflection, "I'm not losing to the world. I'm losing to myself." And for the first time in his life, he admitted that his real enemy wasn't laziness, failure, or circumstances, it was his undisciplined mind. He made a promise to himself. "From tomorrow, I'm training my mind like a warrior." But he had no idea how hard the battle was going to be. The next morning, Arham woke up before sunrise. His mind instantly rebelled. "Go back to sleep. It's too early. You deserve rest." But this time, he didn't listen. He whispered, "You're not the master anymore. I am." That was the first victory. Day after day, he practiced mental discipline. When his mind said stop, he continued. When his body said give up, he pushed harder. He studied when he didn't feel like studying, exercised when he wanted to stay in bed, practiced skills even when he was tired. At first it felt impossible. His old habits screamed for attention, his excuses returned stronger than before, and his comfort zone tried to drag him back. But Arham had changed. He wasn't fighting to impress others. He wasn't fighting to prove something to the world. He was fighting to become the version of himself he had always dreamed of. Slowly, his mind stopped resisting, and started obeying. His focus improved. His confidence grew. His self-respect returned. One evening, months later, Arham's father walked into his room and saw him studying with fierce concentration, books open, notes everywhere, determination glowing in his eyes. The father smiled, tears gathering at the edges. "You did it, Arham. You won the hardest fight, the one inside your mind." Arham looked up and replied softly, "Abba, the world outside was never the problem. It was the world inside me." That night, Arham realized the truth. Success doesn't start with discipline of time, body, or habits. It begins with discipline of the mind. Because once the mind is trained, everything else follows. The boy who once lived with excuses became a young man driven by purpose. And his life changed in ways he never imagined. The strongest person in the world is not the one who lifts the heaviest weight, but the one who can lift himself every time his mind tries to pull him down. Discipline your mind, and the world will eventually follow.